President of Fiji Commerce and Employees Federation, Mr. Vinay Narsi, Deputy Australian High Commissioner, Mr. Paul Wilson, the Director, International Labour Organization, Mr. Martin Karamili, executive members of MDF, CEO and members of FSEF management team, program coordinators, graduates, families, and friends, media representatives, ladies and gentlemen, Bula Vinaka, Namaste, and a very warm greetings. And the MC correctly stated, it's like coming home again. And this is the third time I'm participating in this event. In fact, when I was the Minister for Trade, with Malcolm, we launched this particular program. And then 14th of February 2020, that was when we had our first graduation. So I was part of that. So again, it's really an honor and a privilege to participate in the second graduation of the entrepreneurs. So I must say that Fiji Enterprise Engine has come a long way from 2019. Despite COVID-19 and the problems that we faced during that period, most of you know that institutions were closed, all learning institutions were closed, businesses were closed. But I don't know how you all did it. Despite that closure, this program continued, coaching continued, work continued, and today we are gathering here to see the graduation of 15 entrepreneurs. So this is a remarkable achievement. Often we tend to lose our focus when there is so much of uncertainty around you. But as the CEO of FSEF said, we are resilient, we are focused, we know what we want, and we never step back to achieve what we want to achieve. So congratulations to all the graduates for your hard work. I know you have gained a lot during this period because you had your program coordinators supporting you throughout, building your skills, knowledge, and values. I want to emphasize on values. Values are very important, just not knowledge and skills. And you know why I'm emphasizing that, but we'll come to it later on. We all know that MSMEs are widely recognized for its contribution to the overall economic growth. They provide goods and services, create decent jobs, alleviate poverty, and reduce inequality. And to me, the most important thing is that for MSMEs, you are the group who are able to innovate, you're able to create, and you create this niche around you. And it's amazing, the work that you do and what you can come up with. And it requires a lot of thinking, lot of perseverance, and of course, you need the money to do all that. You can turn good ideas into something creative, but you need all that support. It is my sincere hope that the capacity and competence gained will go a long way in dealing with day-to-day challenges, where you will be able to create and break systems and find solutions that will help you to succeed. Ladies and gentlemen, we are all aware that COVID-19 pandemic came along when it struck us. It also came with many challenges to our nation and indeed to the whole world. Educational programs, universities, schools, kindies, everything was closed for about 8 months. And that's a very long time to tell our children that you cannot go to school. But again, it requires a lot of courage to get the schools going. But we managed to succeed, and the schools have reopened. But with COVID-19, the whole world is talking about transforming education. Education transformation is required, and you may be wondering, why am I talking about this? I'll tell you why. Our education system is very traditional in its approach. When you went to the school and today you go to the school, you'll hardly find any change. Same subjects, almost same subjects, same teaching style, and as if we are preparing all our children to go to universities to get degrees and to get white-collar jobs. But that is not how a nation works or a society works. A society requires all kinds of professions and professionals. And we need to create an education system that can nurture a student's interest. And my focus here is on Tibet. We need to offer many subjects in the school system where students can pick those subjects based on their interest. So if they want to take the Tibet line, they should pick certain subjects that will guide them in that direction. But if they want to go academic way, then of course there are a set of subjects that they can choose from. So transformation is happening, discussions are going on, and I'm happy to inform everyone that the Ministry of Education is going to embark on a mammoth task of developing education sector plans for the first time. And that will be the guiding tool for the ministry to bring about this transformation we are talking about. But at the same time, UNESCO has shown keen interest to develop and guide Fiji in creating a policy document starting from school right up to university and workplace in the area of Tibet. And I know FSEF they have been a big support in that area. Their thinking, their push for a reform, for a change, has really made people realize that yes, we need to change the education system. We need to change the way the Tibet program is offered. And if we are able to provide various courses, and then some of the things you may have learned today, you would have learned in school, and the coaching today would have just allowed you to come up to that level that is required, or to learn new ideas, new techniques, or new skills that may have developed over that period. So that is what we intend to do. So I would like to applaud FSEF, working in partnership with the Australian government that actually funded MDF. And I thank them most sincerely for ensuring continuity of coaching during this difficult time. And on behalf of the Fijian government, I take this opportunity to thank ILO and the Australian government for believing in our private sector and supporting this program through Market Development Facility. And no one can lead Market Development Facility better than Malcolm Bosley. I've known him for many years, and he's very passionate. He had run a business, and he knows what it takes to do a business, and particularly when it's a small business. So he brings in his hands-on experience, and he understands you all better. So it's not like reading from a textbook and presenting it, but he brings in that personal touch. We all know that pandemic has been devastating worldwide. If you turn on the news, you'll hear about the inflation rate going higher and higher, and how how reserve banks in different countries are trying to control inflation. There are talks about a global recession, which is looming. We don't know in which direction it's going to go. So in a situation like this, when the interest rates increase and the cost of living goes up because of cost of food and fuel, obviously consumer spending dampens. And any business, they survive on consumer spending. But I see another side of the coin, and that is that pandemic is also providing you with golden opportunities. There were certain businesses unknown, but it had picked up during COVID, and these businesses are doing extremely well. So COVID has provided that opportunity for innovation and creativity, and we've seen it in the private sector. They've done it very well, and it was quite amazing to hear some of the stories. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to emphasize that last Saturday I addressed the FNU Council in Lambasa, and I challenged the university to offer TVET programs which are both in demand, also relevant to the private sector in regards to the technologies that the private sector is using. We cannot continue to offer TVET programs that are outdated, which is no longer relevant to the private sector. It would be an exercise in futility. So when we develop our national plan, of course, I'll be consulting all of you sitting here, and your input would be very, very useful in just doing that. The CEO of FSEF had mentioned some of the initiative the government has rolled out. And I just want to add on to that. As a government, we listen to the private sector. When you come up with research reports, when we have consultation, when we have discussions, and when you suggest that certain things needs to be done, we take that on board. We take that on board and we convert that into various programs to help the private sector. And this time round, because we understand that COVID obviously will affect MSMEs more than the bigger businesses, a lot more. So the government decided to set up an assistance program only for MSMEs. And you have heard about the FDB facility, where you can take loan at 3.99%. But it's equally important for you to know what you can use it for. In fact, before I tell you what you can use it for, I want to say to you that when you take this loan in the first 2 years, you don't even have to pay the interest. The interest will be paid by the government. So for 2 years, you pay nothing. So that will give you extra revenue, extra income to play around with. So when MSMEs borrow funds, they can pay, or they can use that money to pay wages and salaries. They can use that money to pay rent, utilities. You can purchase stocks or cover any other working capital or operational needs. Existing micro businesses with a turnover of less than 50,000 will be able to take a loan of $10,000. Small businesses with an annual turnover of 50,000 to 300,000 will be eligible for a maximum loan funding of 20,000. Medium-sized businesses with an annual turnover of 300,000 to 1.25 million are eligible for a maximum loan of 50,000. And large businesses with a turnover of more than 1.25 million can access up to 100,000 in loans. Ladies and gentlemen, under Stronger Together job support, the employers are guaranteed a wage subsidy by the government when they employ Fijians. So the government will pay the minimum wage and the rest will be met by your business. Government has already paid out $3 million in this initiative since its inception in November 2020. To date, some 48 employers have participated in this scheme and have created about 1,000 new jobs. Government will also assist MSMEs to install mobile money transfer service and internet payment gateways. And government will also subsidize the electricity cost. For MSMEs, you'll be charged domestic rate and not the commercial rate. So the difference will be picked up by the government. And again, you've heard about the Business Assistance Fiji office, which was launched just just 2 weeks ago. And this is one place where you can go for any form of assistance you require, any advice you need, any guidance you need. They'll be able to hold your hands and take you through some of the queries you may have. So it is more like a place for MSMEs, and please utilize this facility, because if you don't, then facilities such as this will be wasted. In other words, we won't be able to strengthen the facility. Your feedback is equally important for us to build a robust facility that works for you. So I encourage you all to use this facility, and this would be the place where you can ask any question, or if you need financial advice, or you really need someone to help you prepare your cash flows, or if you want to know more details about the financial assistance, where you can get this assistance, what would be the different interest rates, etc., etc., that is the place to go. Only thing I can say to you all, that we didn't have this opportunity. We never had this opportunity when we were growing up. I come from a business family. We had to learn everything on our own. We made a lot of mistakes, but from that mistakes we learned really well. I must say that. And we tried not to make those mistakes again. But for this generation, so much is being offered. We are creating this equal opportunity for everyone. If they're interested in setting up their business, and if they want to become self-sufficient, and if they want to become sustainable, why not? You can access assistance from every institution. Don't forget that we also have MSME Fiji under MCTTT. You can even go to that institution. They have got various programs under that institution, that is MSME Fiji, that you can tap into. So ladies and gentlemen, I wish to take this opportunity to remind you that you must uphold the highest level of ethics, integrity, humility, and discipline in the business that you are pursuing to attract and retain customers. It is through these attributes that you will remain in business. There is no shortcut to business. If you want to make a quick buck, you will only last for that short time. But if you want it for a long haul, make sure you focus on your values, because that's what customers and consumers look forward to. If they feel they are cheated, they'll never come to your doorstep at all. So with these words, ladies and gentlemen, I wish you all the very best for your future endeavors. Thank you very much. Vinaka Vakalevu.